Okay. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that.
Find the toy mouse yet? I believe it's by the table.
That's okay. Better than the... I believe it's by the table. Better than the errors we were having next week. Here you are. Okay, now to meet the ugliest cat of all time. Another gift to us from the Her Interactive development team, I would like to say. Look at that hideous thing. Okay.
How nice of you to drop by. And thank you for walking instead of parking in the driveway. I'm expecting a pupil. I'd hate for her to have to park on the road.
How did you know who I was?
If one is to teach others how to develop and use their paranormal gifts, it's only logical that one must possess such gifts.
I want to be this delusional. I want to be this delusional.
Does that mean you can read minds or tell the future, or what exactly?
The paranormal includes telepathy or communicating by sending and receiving thoughts, extrasensory perception or perceiving that which cannot physically be seen or heard, and psychokinesis, using one's psychic energy to reshape or move objects.
All right, spam message I just had to delete real quick.
Jeepers, you can do all that?
Yes. Well, on occasion. As I tell my students, increasing one's rate of success is simply a matter of practice.
Do you have a lot of students?
Oh, indeed. I take them through exercises designed to help them increase their output of phantasmic energy. If you want to sign up for an introductory session,
You're telling me you
I
have
believe
students
I have
for
an
this in
opening
this
today.
economy?
What I'd really like to do is talk about Josiah Crowley.
Oh, I'm afraid I'm busy, young lady, far too busy to engage in idle conversation.
When would be a good time for me to come back?
I'll be blunt, Miss Drew. I've discovered that the more time I spend with the, shall we say, intellectually unendowed, the more my cerebral pulsations seem to diminish. I'm afraid I cannot speak to you further unless and until you prove that you are worthy. That is, that your brainwaves are not unacceptably inferior and thus deleterious to mine.
Deleterious. Well spoken. We can give him that.
My brainwaves are just fine, Mr. Topham.
What I have here is an exercise.
Here's the thing
in
is,
logic. If you can discern the correct solution, then I'll know that conversing with you will do me no psychic harm.
Nancy does
May I
not
take it
lack
with you?
in self-confidence. She knows exactly who she is and what she's
Good luck
capable
and
of.
good day.
And I just know this guy grates her. Okay. So I think this one is all wet. I remember doing these in like 5th grade. Is that right? Okay. Dolled up.
Am I smart or what?
Am I smart or what? See, no self-confidence issues here. No lack of confidence in Nancy. Cross. Double cross.
I'm getting there.
Okay. Dry up.
That looks right.
Yep, my stream definitely crashed a little bit ago. Hopefully it's better now and hopefully it stays. Big cheese.
Am I smart or what?
I feel like that's not... I almost need to send a picture of that to my husband. Did anyone ever watch The Marriage Ultimatum on... Or The Ultimatum, like... Marry or Move On. I think it's what it's called on Netflix. Excellent reality TV. Super messy, the first few seasons. I think the most recent season, like, was kind of ended nicely, but it's like these couples who, like, they either want to get engaged and, like, one person wants to get engaged and the other person has, like, some hesitation, whether it be, like, financial or just, like, emotional or whatever. And so they, like, trade partners for 3 weeks and, like, live with someone else and, like, do a trial marriage. And then they get back with their original partners for 3 more weeks. But anyways, I think in the first season, someone calls one of the other characters a big cheese. and we just thought that was the funniest way to describe someone. So it's a very constantly used term in our house. Hi, Anya. Welcome back. We had a stream crash. What do you know? So you missed that, but we're back. Okay. I think we aced all these. Okay, Richard Topham. Tell
Am
me
I
this
to
was a record
assume that
time.
You have the correct solution to that logic problem.
No, we're all confident
Right
about
here.
this.
Let's have a look.
We are confident and sassy.
Why, you appear to have indeed found the solution. Well,
Oh, no.
since you've proved yourself to be intellectually above average, which means talking to you should do me no harm, what would you like to talk about?
Okay,
When
we'll just
and
go down the
how
list.
did you meet Josiah Crowley?
Last summer, while on my way to the university for a conference, I stopped for a bite at the Lilac Inn. Since it was crowded and I was in a hurry, I agreed to share a table with an elderly gentleman who, like me, was by himself. As soon as I told Mr. Crowley who I was and what I did, well, he insisted that I give him a training session that very afternoon, and was so thrilled with his progress that he demanded I stay and teach him everything I knew.
So it was his idea that you set up your school in his house?
Oh, I know rumor has it that
What
I
an
somehow
odd thing to
tricked
do.
him into it, that I insinuated my way into his home, but I assure you that was not the case.
Were you surprised when you found out that Josiah had left you everything?
Delighted? Yes. Surprised? Not really. Josiah was all alone, you see, surrounded by people like the Crandalls and that banker, Jim Archer. People who were nice to him only because they knew he had money.
Would it be okay if I looked around?
Go right ahead. The place is more like a museum than a house. Josiah was a man of many, many interests. I'll be right here if you have any questions.
Okay, let's take a peek and then we'll finish up our questioning. I need to look at this cat for a little bit longer. That's the most unfortunate part, is I think it crashed right before seeing this piece of art. It's the head shape, it's those eyes that stare straight down into your soul. That thing's entient. That's not the right word.
Was this Josiah's clock?
Everything in here was Josiah's.
Honestly, same vibes as like when people have a bunch of crosses hung up on. Bro's so squished. Bro is the most squished. When people have a bunch of crosses up on their wall, it like makes me nervous. It feels like it does the opposite of what a cross on the wall should do. Too many clocks on the wall? Same thing. I'm nervous. Is this matching? F. Okay. And of course, like half. Oh, there we go. Okay. I thought we saw cheese already. Nope. Okay. Where's my... There we go. There we go. There we go. Got it. Needle? I don't know. Carrot? Cat. Got it. Mouse. Not mouse. Mouse. Settings symbol. And gear. Settings. That is such a like, you know how they have the phone symbol on an iPhone, but a lot of kids today like don't know why it looks like that because they haven't seen a phone that looks like that. Same thing for me saying settings symbol versus gear. Ooh, another mirror. Okay. Just casually opening up secret compartments in his house and taking things out of them without permission. This thing that's like this for like... They're like, you know what? If this is our last game, we are blowing our animation budget. I don't think this thing has any purpose. Other than to do that. Ooh.
As you'll soon realize, Josiah's mental faculties were starting to go, I'm afraid. He tended to ramble. Very little of what he wrote in there makes sense.
I love Richard Topham. I love him. Lest I
What
forget.
are you when you win
Is that
more
Mike's
rounds?
dad, like Mike
What
the
wood
robot
is
from
the
Haunt?
cat's meow? What will
Miles?
Pop miniature golf course get
Miles
you?
the Magnificent Memory
Explore this
Machine?
metal
I thought that a little bit because there's something. I wonder if it's like almost a little nod. I don't think it is, but it feels like it should be. My the one name I remember from the series. I remember no names, but I remember Miles' full legal name, Miles the Magnificent Mystery Machine. Miles the Magnificent Mystery Machine. That's how, if something's said to a little lilt like that, I will remember it. Okay, lock on carriage house. This is important. What are you when you would barred bounce shoot? So we have to... Okay, lock on carriage house. We have to win barred bounce. I did not look at what it said. We have to, there's 4 things. What poet cat's meow? What will par on my miniature golf course get you? We have to win in mini golf. And what is Gloria's middle name? All right, we have homework. Okay. The Crowley Roadster Soarer. Okay, imagination.
Becoder is in the rivet. 2 to the right.
Cook Toppins and... Okay, cute little... Get new typewriter ribbon. Configuring out... This is how I... These are what my Nancy notes look like. Figuring out the rest. Yeah, we got that already. TikTok data. The open journal. Becoder is in the rivet. 2 to the right. I'm gonna write that down just to have. Becoder is in the double R rivet. Two to the right. Okay. CC whereabouts, room off tunnel by scrambled picture. Tesla coil invented in 1890. I know that there was probably like a whole change in like who was on the team, but I feel like someone in the Her Interactive team wanted a Tesla game for so long. I hope they were working there when they finally got it, because I just feel like there's so many little like not many, but there's like a few like nods to Tesla throughout the games. To open the big TikTok on top. Okay, we're definitely gonna have to come back to this thing. Buy Carousel Horse from Sheldon. Aw, Captain's Cove, New Jersey. A little nod to Haunted Carousel. Poem on the golf course. Sounds like numbers to me.
It looks like Josiah lent a trivet to someone, but I can't make out to whom.
Here is the trivet. I said you blank your party. So we're all about... Oh, isn't there like a goofy thing with his typewriter that like makes the R stick? At Twin Elms, please take blank. I will want it back someday. Your friend Josiah. See? Josiah. Hold on. I wanted to look at one more thing in here real quick. On that last page. Okay. That's all I wanted to see. Okay, we'll leave you alone for now. Anything else to look at here? Not really. Putting physics to work. There's a lot of books in this game, aren't there? William Crookes, radiometer. Radiometer? Radiometer. That's what you think. Depends on what you do with the light first, pea-brain. Doubtful ever that the movement of the veins can ever be put to such practical use, for the friction needed to turn a gear would prevent the veins from spinning when exposed to light. Okay.
The man on stage in this picture, is that Josiah?
Yes, that's from a production of A Midsummer Night's Dream that he directed and starred in. It closed after
It looks
2
like
nights,
Mr.
but
Rogers.
He didn't care. He loved that play.
1 sec, I need a little more lemon water. Yes, I'm still on my lemon water kick. And I feel like I've never been so hydrated in my life. I started adding ice too to get real nice and cold on... I wonder who this is, Nancy. It says me as Puck. Okay, I think that's all there is there. Can we do this enough to, like... Does he get mad at us? Am I upsetting his mental waves? Alright. I was really hoping to get a reaction out of that, but...
What do you
Nancy
do
just
with
out
these?
here doing things for
I put them on
attention.
the windshields of cars parked in the area. Great advertising.
Ever put them on cars at the Lilac Inn?
All the time. I've gotten quite a few pupils that way.
Parapsychologist. What is JL? Just east of it. Is that like a town or like... Because I want to know what state, because this isn't too far from where Nancy lives in River Heights. Do we know what state River Heights is, or like what area River Heights is kind of supposed to be in? I feel like it's East Coast or like over in that area. Cute. Okay. I think that's everything.
Now what?
What's in the carriage house that's out back? Do you know?
That was Josiah's workshop. I assume it contains even more detritus.
Have you ever made par on the golf course that's out back?
Young lady, I've never set foot on that golf course, let alone made whatever par is.
I don't watch sports ball. Oh my gosh. I don't know anything about sports ball.
Would you happen to know what Gloria Crandall's middle name was?
I haven't the foggiest.
It was nice talking
Now
to
that
you.
is a saying I need to
I'm
steal.
Sure it was.
I haven't the foggiest. Okay. Oh, he sure did buy a horse from... Not Kessler. I don't think it said Kessler on the thing over there, but... Okay. Onward. I don't like that you have to turn around and...
There's nothing of interest in there.
Alright. Back into the sunlight, my god. Has that guy ever heard of vitamin D? Not going there yet. So we do need to go get par on the golf course. Let's do it now. That does kind of sound fun. Okay, make par for the course and win a prize. This is probably going to take me a couple tries. Object of the game is to figure out the sequence of the color. Oh, that's right. There's a strategy to this game that I almost always forget. Okay. And I believe it's like, what do you do? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you do 4 different colors? So that means I have 2. I did not look at. I have 2 of the right colors, but in the wrong spots. Now, does it tell me which 2 are right? So now let's do this, 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 this. I have 3 correct colors, but 2 in the wrong spot. So we're going to do this, 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 and this. Okay, so we have a blue. I don't know if this is a strategy, but it is definitely a strategy. And orange. Okay, so we have all correct colors now. We're going to finish this early. I would like to just take a second to pat myself on the back for the completion of this. And I would like to thank Her Interactive for training my brain for the past 2 decades.
Interesting.
Oh! The moon in the sky was once heard to say, "It's high time I saw this thing known as day." So the moon checked its clock and rose with the sun, and before long it realized just what it had done. "It's far too bright here. I've made a mistake. What heat, what havoc the sun can create. I want to go back." So when dusk came again, the moon rose when it should and said, "Ah, 'tis heaven." Okay, 1, 2, 4, 2, 8, 2, Shiva. I think this is something we take a picture of and come back to. There we go. And let's go for it. Is this just free to... This is a free golf course. What a sweet thing. What a sweet thing. It does kind of remind me, though, of... Do I tell this story? It's not like a personal story of mine. It's just a creepy story from my childhood in general. There was a teacher who turned out to kind of be a creep. Like, he never did anything with kids, but, like... Let's just say he was asked to resign from our school for some online activity of his. But he totally built a park on his yard for, like, and called it, like, it was his last name park. And, like, invited kids around town to come play at his park. The city asked him to take it down, though. But there's some Maddie lore for you guys, my creepy 5th grade teacher. And honestly, I do think he's a guy that just means well. He's just odd. He's odd and he doesn't realize how he comes off sometimes. But he's not like a predator or anything like that.
Can't hit the links without a scorecard.
Oh, my bad. Oh, you do have to pay. Okay. 5, 5, 5. Okay, just get 5 on everything. Got it. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Might still have a chance here. Need way more power than that. Uh-oh. Okay. I want to say that was on purpose, but we all know it absolutely wasn't. Okay. How do I do next? There we go. We'll put it here, and I think I just really want to bang, 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 bang. Oops. I clicked off screen. Ah! I have to be careful with that. Here's the issue, though, is sometimes you can't, like... That was 3. I think we can... Nice. I remember this game being so much harder. There we go. Is that a hole you can hit it into? I don't think so. Is it? No. Okay, we wasted that shot. We might not get... Ah! Yes, it is. Oh, that may have just saved me, actually. And I think you have to, like...
I hit it too hard.
Right. Okay, we still made par. Look at us go. Do you have to make par on every hole, or do you just have to make course par? I think it's par on every hole. Okay, hole 4. You kind of want to, like... Oh, okay. Seriously, they went all out with the animations. So you're telling me Her Interactive potentially was going to end after this game. Found out potentially. I love the idea of this like lore. Oh hell! Are you kidding me? Part 1. Hello, yes. I'm an athlete. You're telling me that this was potentially their last game ever. They had a comeback and came out with the banger that is Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon. There was a potential we never got that game because that is an incredible game. That's an incredible just like standalone game. And I think that might be the next one we play. It might be. It's just such a long one. Oh, ooh, not good. Hold on. Because I think you really have to launch it up here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Actually, this might line me up nicely. Nope, maybe not. Uh-oh, guys. Uh-oh. Wait, what? Part 2? I don't know if that messes us up. We'll see. Yeah, we can boogie with that. Nope. Better. I think if we... It's so tough because you get so, like, locked into...
I hit it too hard.
Oh, there we go.
Hard.
I forget that this one has parts.
I hit it too hard.
Come on. Oh, we were so close.
There we go.
Now does this count? I'm pretty sure you need par on every hole.
A little toy pony.
Is that all? Maybe I need to read that journal again. I'm gonna go back real quick.
Hello, Miss Drew.
Hello, Mr. Topham.
Hello, Ms. Drew. Okay, so to enter the carriage house, we need...
I'm going to poke around some more, if that's okay.
I don't mind.
Could you imagine this, like, teenage girl just coming into your house and being like, I'm just gonna poke around a little bit more. And they just won't leave, but you don't know them. Okay, what will par on my miniature of red pony? So pony? Is it P? Pony. We're looking for 4-letter words. You have to enter in 4 different words. That's right. Poet is the cat's meow. That might be the poet that's on Emily's bed, that book. Wind Bard Bounce. You are... I really wish I would have paid attention. That's okay. We know how to win it now. And then Gloria's middle name. So back to the inn, because I think that's where our other 3 answers are. I just love this little walk. I love it. They gave us a really beautiful potential last game. I'm holding on to that as lore.
What's cooking?
Emily's mom's middle name, yep.
What was Emily's mom's middle name? Do you remember?
Of course I do. It was... Oh, piffle. It's right on the tip of my tongue. It was... It'll pop into this feeble brain of mine one of these days. Why don't you just go ask Emily?
I'm just saying, I know every single one of my friends' middle names. Every single one.
Have you met Richard Topham?
Yeah, I've had the displeasure of meeting that quack.
Quack.
You don't think he can help people develop their psychic powers?
The only thing he's good at is separating little old ladies and dim-witted rubes from their hard-earned cash. In fact, he came over while they were putting out the fire today. Asked me who you were, and I was so frazzled at the time, I told him. I don't usually give that crackpot the time of day.
Josiah Crowley seemed to think he was legit.
Like that circus fella said, there's a sucker born every minute. Me? I think ESP is a lot of JUNK.
Does the miniature golf course that's out back belong to the inn?
No, that was Josiah Crowley's. Way I hear, he built it himself.
Was it open to the public?
Nope, it was just his own private little course. Can you imagine? Wish I had money to throw around like that.
That he has to pay his own money to play.
Well, I'll talk to you later.
Don't take any wooden nickels.
All right. Emily's room. I need to derive some information from you.
Hi, Nancy.
Oh, come on. There we go.
What was your mother's middle name?
Lois.
Lois.
Oh, just curious.
Lois. Poet is the cat's meow.
I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. I'm so sorry you're so sad. Omar. Right? It's gotta be. Omar. And they put so much detail into like the woodwork in the game, and they did do a very good job on this game. Look at that. Like, hold on. The reflection in the floorboards because they're so shiny. Didn't need to do that, but they did. One second here. I just need to... pull my other chat back up. All right, there we go. Okay. We can afford 5 cents, I suppose. So this one we went boom. 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 Over, down, over, and up. And we are... keen. A word that needs to make a comeback. It's time to bring keen back. To be keen on something. I do love that. Swell, not my favorite. Don't love that one. All right, into the carriage house. Look at us making progress today. This is a pretty, like, intuitive game, I feel like. Usually the Nancy Drew games are in the beginning. Usually they're pretty good at, like, telling you what to do. It's that middle of the game part where it's the middle of the game slump that you always hit. Like, there's always a point in every Her Interactive game where you're just like, wait, what do I do next? So we need an O, M, A, R, A, right? And then keen, K, E, E, N, pony, wait, did Omar not work? Okay. And Lois. Do I not have 2 of these, right? S, right? Do I need to click the middle? Okay, that's... do I need to click the middle? A R. Okay, there we go. Pony. I do think my daughter woke up, by the way, so I think. My husband's here today, so he's also there to swoop in as needed. N. K. And Lois. That was weird that it didn't work the first time. Hi, Tanner. I was just thinking, so I've been filming more of like his setup lately too, just because I've gotten some things where brands are like, hey, can we like send you this thing to review or something like that? And I was already planning to do a little upgrade downstairs anyways and add more lights. So it just kind of worked well to like film more content. And he's like so open to that. He's like, yeah, let me get it cleaned up. And he gets excited. But he's like, the only thing I don't want is to be featured on camera. And I was like, I think the closest he's gotten to like being on camera was that time he like crawled in through the doorway here. He like silently like crawled into my room and whispered something to me, and he scared me on stream. Because he so badly did not want, he just doesn't want to be perceived. And I respect that. He's a private man. We're in! But he would say hi back if he were here. He's downstairs working. Okay, Boggart's Fish Pond, like yellowfish. Oh, that's nice because we have to go catch bass at some point. Is this something I have to like... We are in the Midwest. Is Nancy in the Midwest? Because I don't think this is that far away. Is she in the Midwest? Where does this game take place? I think there is a state for it. Oh, that makes me so
Something
proud.
about this clock reminds me of the poem I saw at the mini golf course.
That is... Was there a poem? Oh, yeah, with the moons and stuff. Hold on here. Hold on. I think I have a picture. The moon in the sky was once heard to... Okay, so 1, 2, 4, 2, 8 to 7. Shevin. That is really... Because it does tis heaven. And then they highlight Shevin. So it sounds close. They got really creative with that one. I'm only saying 7 is Shevin from now on. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 8 to 7. Okay. Another mirror. Look at the reflection in that. Seriously, they went all out for this game. Love to see it. I don't think I've ever taken the time to really appreciate this game before for what it is and how much, like, detail they did put into it. Okay, I don't want to look at that again. And again, there's something about playing these games on stream that just makes me pay attention in a different kind of way. And, like, analyze them a little bit more, I think, because, like, Legend of the Crystal Skull, which we just finished, is not super great for stream, but, like, I do enjoy playing it more by myself. But there's definitely flaws with it, and they rely way too much on, like, the Finding Eye mechanic. Gameplay feature. Okay, so we're playing dominoes. 5, 2, 6. Did anyone ever grow up? Oh, I'm supposed to move. Here we go. My B. I thought it just like clicked him out of place in classic her style, but nope. I I used to love playing dominoes as well. Hi, Rachel. Welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely Wednesday and week so far. We are doing better than last week. Last week was crazy with technical difficulties. We were going to play Final Scene today, but what happened? The thing that I have to like stream with so that it doesn't make it just like a little like window in the corner of my screen when I try to play Nancy Drew. I can't figure out the settings for that program yet, so I had to use a slightly newer game, but it can't be too new because those don't work on Steam. I do have some non-Steam. Oh my god, this animation is insane. So is that mirror already up? So yeah, we're playing this one. It was like the game that worked and it feels springy, so it's perfect. Okay, we have 3 mirrors so far. I believe we need 4. There is nothing I love more than like on old farms and stuff, seeing... Actually, I want to put this somewhere else because I want to see the updated animation. I love rummaging around in old barns. There's just so many old, cool things in there. Okay, so is that really all there is to see in here so far? Just the table and putting up the mirrors? Let's see.
Looks like I need more mirrors.
Okay. What did we like? Is there not one in this corner? That should have reflected, but it just may not be in the mechanic yet. Okay, I think that's all we can do in here until we get the next mirror. Let's peek at our to-do list. So, have not done that. Did try to find out why Josiah willed everything to him instead of... Oh, that's like a big game one. We can't do that. Check that off until much later. Find out what the receipt I found blowing around outside is for. Figure out the answers on that logic test. Did that.
Finish with that.
Did that.
Check.
Solve the puzzle on the clock.
That's done.
Crowley's house. We did that. Figure out what to do with the mirrors I found.
Can't check that
Kind
off
of figured it out, but we just need 4. Answer the 4 questions that were... Yep, we did that.
That's done.
Find out what I am. We did that.
I'm finished with that. I'm finished with that.
Oh, the checklist is so
That's
detailed
done.
in this game.
Check.
Okay, so let's go into town now, I think. Let's see. Let's GTA it around this little village. Speaking of, I know GTA 6 is delayed. But it's one of those games where I'm like, when it comes out, is my PC even going to run it? Do I want to get a new PC before then? We'll see. But I am ready for it. There are a few, like, AAA games that I am very good at. Especially multiplayer online. That's not something I really tend to, like, spend my time in, if that makes sense. I do love, like, an RPG. I loved Red Dead. Skyrim, Oblivion. New PC before GTA 6. Anything's possible before GTA 6. That was good use of that meme. But I am really good at GTA Online. Like, I am very good at GTA Online. I even started over because I got really good at it on Xbox. And I like literally would come home from teaching every single day. My TV used to be like right back here on this little table. I would pull my chair over and just like lock in with my friends. As me and like 2 other guys that would just, they were very good. So I learned from them how to get good at GTA. And then my husband and I are like, should we get it? It was like on sale on PC. And we are like, should we have like a GTA session? Cause he'd always hop on and play with us too. And he's like, yeah, let's do it. And we like got my cousins in on it. And like I was able to like build from scratch again, and like I knew exactly what to do and how to do it. And you have to get the Oppressor 2. You have to get that flying car, and you can do like anything in that game then. Missions are so easy. It's so easy to grind once you get one of those things. Oh my gosh. So I am a queen in GTA 6 on GTA 5 online. Watch out for me. yeah, don't come for me in that game is all I'm saying. That's like the one like proud, I'm really good at this game, big game that I have going for me. Okay, so aren't we going into, let's go into town, yeah. All right. How do I get in my car? There. I just know people are side-eyeing Nancy in this thing. That like 17 even, year old girl in her, I'd like to think she's at least 18 for the games. In her fancy little car. Now what's good is I do have like, oh, watch out for the potholes. I feel like I have a good memory of this town. And then space to get out. There we go.
Looking for Jim Archer?
Right through that door. Hello, are you Nancy Drew?
Yes. Are you Mr. Archer?
Yes, ma'am. Jim Archer. I'm founder, president, manager, and just about everything else you can name when it comes to this fine enterprise.
I hear that some businesses aren't doing so well these days.
Ever since the stock market crashed, one business after another has closed, including banks. President Hoover keeps saying that a recovery is just around the corner.
Hey,
but you
this
have
game's
to
growing on
wonder.
me.
Is your bank doing okay?
I'm happy to report that we're doing just fine, thank you. Excuse me. Main Street Bank, Jim Archer speaking. No, I don't. I'm sorry, but... Yes, I know, but... All right, then just bring it by. Sorry for the interruption. How can I help you?
Do you happen to know whether the jewelry Emily inherited from her mother was insured?
Well, I know for a fact that it was not. Why?
Because someone snuck into the inn today and stole it.
Oh, no. I heard there'd been a fire in the kitchen, but when it rains, it pours, doesn't it? I told Gloria not to let that policy lapse.
Did Gloria always
This
rely
feels
on you for
passive-aggressive.
business advice?
Sometimes. You see, I have experience in the law as well as accounting. But in this case, she wouldn't listen to me. She felt that since Josiah Crowley would be leaving her
Never
a large
rely
sum
on
of money
something
when he
like
died,
that.
or so she thought, paying to insure her jewelry just wasn't necessary.
How well did you know Josiah Crowley?
Well enough for him to name me executor of his will. An executor is the person who makes sure the terms of a will are carried out.
Oof.
Why do you think he wound up leaving Gloria nothing?
I have no idea. Truth be told, he'd given me the impression that I would be well taken care of when he passed on too. But when I finally read his will, it all went to Topham.
Where did Josiah keep his will?
He'd hidden it in a chest of drawers in his house. It took me months to find it. When he named me executor, he said he'd tell me where it was hidden when the time was right, whatever that meant.
Just blunt.
How did Josiah
I smell
die?
He
fraud.
was sitting in the public library reading when apparently his heart just decided it was time to stop.
What was he reading?
His favorite book, The Make-Up Secrets of Lon Chaney.
The will you found in Josiah's
Lots of
house.
dialogue coming up. I have like
Is it
2 things I
possible
want
that
to
Josiah
say
didn't
after this,
really
though.
write it?
Well, the thought that it could be a forgery did cross my mind, but an expert verified that the will had been typed on Josiah's typewriter and signed in Josiah's hand.
But Richard Topham lived in Josiah's house. He had access to his typewriter, and he could have copied his signature.
As far as the law is concerned, the matter is closed, Miss Drew.
But it's possible that Josiah's real will is still out there. Are you sure he never gave you any clue as to where he'd hidden his will?
Whenever I asked him, he said he'd tell me when the time is right. Although, he got a safe deposit box here about 3 years ago.
Maybe that's where his real will is.
Topham has tried to claim its contents, but he can't find the key.
Ooh, I think there's a hint about that in one of the journals.
Maybe he knows the real will could be in there. Only he wants to destroy it.
Now, Miss Drew, I wouldn't go jumping to any conclusions.
I mean, the guy is sketchy. Nancy clocked Richard Topham immediately. She doesn't do that kind of stuff. Nancy doesn't really do the paranormal, you know, hoo-hoo kind of. It reminds me of, if anyone ever watches Shark Tank, which Tanner and I went through a phase a few years back, and it was glorious. How does it's Mark Cuban on the show? He like does not do pseudoscience. He does not do like the pseudoscience-y things, and he like immediately, like when someone comes in and they have something that you know it's a little pseudoscience-y, he's just, the look he gets on his face is just, that's exactly how Nancy looks at anyone who does something similar. They are two of the same kind of person. My dad's a lawyer. I know a criminal when I see one. To be fair, Nancy has a pretty good, you know, record as a detective and has, you know, busted quite a few criminals at this point. We're on what? Mystery? Is this mystery 11? I believe.
How well do you know Jane Willoughby? You know, Emily's guardian.
But she's also just kind of like, I don't really like
Met
that
her
guy,
once or
so it's
twice.
probably
Seemed
him.
A little flighty.
What was Emily's mom like?
My
Had a
dad
good
would
head
send
on her
him to
shoulders.
jail.
Friendly, too. Having a big slice of blueberry pie at the Lalakin was always a real treat. It'd be nice if family could carry on the tradition, but times are just too tough. If she's smart, she'll sell before the bills start piling up.
What's your opinion of Richard Topham?
Interesting gentleman who's in an interesting line of work.
Does he do business here?
Yes, he does.
Jane thinks he's
Jane
a
thinks
crackpot.
he's a crackpot.
He makes a living doing whatever it is he does, so obviously someone thinks he's the real deal.
I guess I'll be going.
Nice talking to you.
Okay, so now time to linger around his office.
Don't you ever use this typewriter?
That used to be Josiah
Ooh.
Crowley's. It was the only thing he left me in his will. Naturally, it doesn't work. The keys always jam.
Because it's, you know, obvious that it sounds like Topham. No spoilers for the end. This is just based on information we currently have in the game right now. It just, obviously Topham looks guilty in this situation, hoarding all the money for himself, but didn't really want this broken typewriter laying around. So, hey, banker, Josiah, no, what's Jim Archer, you can have this. Naturally, it doesn't work.
October 9, 1929. Dear Mrs.
Ooh.
Sheldon, here is the trivet I said you could borrow for your party at Twin Elms. Please take care of
Please take.
it because I will want it back someday. Your friend, Josiah C. I wonder if Josiah ever got his trivet back.
Okay, so we have to go to the Twin Elms. Anything else to snoop in?
Who's Clara?
Clara Pickford is this lonely old woman who comes in here every once in a while. Took a shine to me for some reason. Insisted on giving me that picture.
Oh, I'm gonna start doing this. If I'm ever a regular somewhere, I'm gonna start just like handing out signed portraits of myself. That is icon behavior right here, Clara. Affectionately yours. But actually, though, Jim Archer's married. His wife does not like her. I just know his wife doesn't like her. Mrs. Archer and Clara have beef because of this picture. I don't care if she's an old woman.
Did Josiah Crowley give you this clock?
Yes. Unfortunately, it stopped keeping time almost immediately.
That receipt I found outside the inn. I wonder if the key it refers to is the one to this clock.
Okay, and what did that receipt say again? Because this is Titusville that we're in. Yeah. This is Titusville, and they mention it a lot in Alibi and Ashes too. God, that would be the perfect game to play right after this one. Those would be really good back-to-back games. I did send in a help ticket to Her Interactive about their games on Steam. I don't know if that's something like in their ballpark that they can take care of, but I just figured, you know, if there's a multitude of those tickets that come in, hopefully something gets done about it, because I would love to stream some of those games I have on Steam. Ugh, I hate how many different places. Why is it so hard? Like, Steam makes the most sense to have Nancy games on, but what when they don't work, like, what do you do? I don't really want to buy from her website because you can't, you know, keep the games forever unless you put them somewhere special. Okay, so nothing else to do about that. Oh, safety deposit boxes. Don't we just get to, like, go in there at some point?
Yes, it is. Bought and paid for.
Is that a button paid for? Okay, money bucks. Okay, okay, daddy big bucks over there. Daddy choco bucks. Okay, so we are going to 2 different places. Not there. Oops. Gas is good. Okay, the Rex. We want to go to Twin Elms. Isn't there a map? Where am I going, guys? Okay. We need to drop something off for... We did this.
Check.
That's a big one we can't check off yet. Isn't there something we had to do for Nancy's dad? What, drop it off? Do we have to just drop it off at the telegram place? Also, the gas meter is insane in this game, and it's super... Like, when you're doing telegrams, it almost feels like it doesn't pay sometimes. Oh, my tummy is growling right now.
My name's Nancy Drew, and my father said
Say no
that...
more. You're here to pick up some papers.
Look at that. Pristine memory.
Thank you.
Right up here.
Say, is that your roadster out there?
Yes, it is. Did I park somewhere I shouldn't have?
No, it's just that my regular driver never showed up today, so I've got no way to deliver all these telegrams. How would you like to earn some extra cash?
You mean you want me to deliver them for you?
You've got a car, you're trustworthy, or at least your father thinks you are, so what do you say? I'll pay you 25 cents each time you complete a delivery. And you might even get some tips.
Okay, sure.
Great, you're hired. Here.
Let's
deliver
start
this
the
to Seymour
resume.
at Blenheim Nursery.
Delivery
Come back when
driver.
you're done and I'll pay you and give you another telegram. to
Actually,
deliver.
postwoman.
Great. See you in a little while.
Got a postwoman on our hands. Does it say where it goes to? Nope, that's for Blenheim Nursery. I feel like I don't really want to do this right now. Oh,
Mrs. Sheldon?
Yes?
My name's Nancy Drew. I'm a friend of Emily Crandall's.
Get on with it, dear.
I was wondering, would it be possible for me to see the trivet you borrowed from Josiah Crowley?
You may not only see it, you may have it. Once I find it, that is.
I guess we have to do a favor.
I've an errand to run, so I can't look for it right now.
Maybe I could run the errand for you. I have a car.
This is what makes
So
me not
I
like this
see.
game. This is the beef I have with this game.
Or at that. Very well, Miss Drew. Go fetch my bridge cards from Miss Drakowski.
It's all the driving
And upon
around.
my return, I shall present you with that trivet.
Who's Miss Jakowski?
Ain't no
The
GTA
local
5
telephone
online. Tell you that
operator.
much.
You can find her at her house, or Titusville Telco, as she insists on calling it. The switchboard is in her parlor. As you can imagine, she never entertains. I, on the other hand, am expecting company within the hour, so do hurry.
Here we go. Oh, that's just right next to there. Perfect. And sorry, what was she wanting me to do? I was just listening for Freya. Get Mrs. Sheldon's bridge cards from Titusville Telco. Titusville Telco. We're just gonna have to search for. And the music when you're driving is insane. Titusville, Elko. I feel like I'm in a goofy race, like, at all times. Oh, here we go.
Yeah? Are you Miss Jakowski?
Yeah? And
What
you
happens if
are?
you run out of gas in
Nancy
this
Drew.
game? I
I'm a
don't
friend
think
of
I've,
Emily
like,
Crandall's. You
it gives
know,
me
the
anxiety.
lilac
That's
in.
what makes me dislike it, is I feel like I constantly,
Skip
it's same as,
over
like, if I'm ever in a
tonight.
race in a
You
video
pick
game,
up
I
those
hate
papers
racing.
for him yet?
Actually, I.
Unless it's, like,
Wait a
intentional in
minute.
GTA
How
5
did you know
online.
about that?
But
See this headset I'm
I
wearing?
hate, like,
I
any
plug
kind
it
of, like,
in.
race or,
Well,
like,
you
trying to,
know,
like,
I hear
follow
things.
someone
Look, I
sneakily in a
take this
game.
for time. It's a body and it takes me a while to get dolled up.
It gives me that
What do you
same
need?
kind of, like,
Mrs.
feeling.
Sheldon asked me to pick up her bridge cards from you.
Tell you what, I'll get you those cards if you drive that fancy car of yours over to the orphanage and pick up some raffle tickets from Mrs. O'Shea. I should be able to unload a ton
Oh my
of them
gosh, this is
tonight.
just turning
I'd
into
be
a
happy
series
to.
of fetch quests.
Good, I gotta go. Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay, so orphanage. That's not too far away, though. That is not too far away. Cross the bridge.
Excuse me, are you Mrs. O'Shea?
Yes?
My name is Nancy Drew, and
Stephen, put that down this instant. We do not run with sticks in our hands or in our mouths.
I'm sorry. You were saying?
Miss Jakowski asked me to pick up some raffle tickets from you.
Oh, yes, the raffle tickets. The fact of the matter is
Elsie, no hitting.
I can't even think about those raffle tickets right now. I promised the children they'd each get a toy for going a full week without breaking anything, and I'm short 5 toys.
Do not eat that, Clarence.
Would you like me to get 5 toys for you?
Oh, goodness, if you could do that, I'd be forever grateful. They can be any kind of toy at all. The children aren't the least bit picky.
Of course it tastes bad, Clarence. It's a pine cone.
So
I bet he will
cute.
rinse out his mouth before. Oh, would you look at that? He's actually chewing it.
You're not a squirrel, Clarence. Spit
I
that
want to like finish the sequence before we log off for the day because I feel like this is just like a like at the general store. Win them? Win them? We don't have to win golf 5 times, do we? Okay.
Check. That's done. Check.
Okay, we could pick up there next time. Okay, hold on.
I haven't done that yet. I haven't done that yet.
Okay. Well, that kind of puts a wrench in those plans. Where's this at? Oh, we have to call this guy, don't we? And then we're gonna drop that off, and then we can come back to town and probably get gas. I have lost a tire in this game. Oops. As I run straight into a pothole. Watch out for the mud.
Hello, I've got a telegram for Seymour.
Just leave it on the desk there. I'd tip you, but as you can see, my hands are filthy.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to doll up some of my plants before this guy named Mr. Martin comes in.
He's a big
He's
cheese.
cheese at some oil company, and I'm hoping he. Ow!
Did that plant just bite you?
It did kind of feel that way.
I think I'll be going now. Bye.
Fully disturbed. Back to the Lilac Inn. Okay. So let's call that number real quick. What is it? 53029. LK 53029.
How may I be of service?
Hi, Hi, Miss Chakowski. It's Nancy Drew.
So where are those raffle tickets?
I'm still working on it.
Well, unless you're gonna sell them, get them over here. In the meantime, what can
I
I
thought
do
she was
to
gonna
help?
like deny me
I'd
being
like
able to
the
call.
dealer, Mr.
I was
Waddell,
scared.
at LK53029.
He's not gonna like that, but it's your nickel.
He's not gonna like what?
He hates it when people call him. Says if they're too lazy to come in and talk in person, he'd just as soon not bother with them.
Oh, well, maybe I shouldn't.
Too late.
What? I mean, Waddell Jewelry?
Hello, I found this receipt for an appraisal you did, and I wondered if you could tell me.
Look, I'm busy. If you got something important to tell me, then prove it by getting off your lazy bum and coming down here and telling me eyeball to eyeball. You hear me?
Yeah?
Then repeat after me.
Jeepers.
Told ya.
Okay. I think we are probably gonna call it there. We'll call it on the 5 toys because that's a lot of golf. And we can like start with that. Good time to chat too. We'll start with that next time. So let's do a save. I'm just gonna keep it right. We can be crazy next time. Save and boop. Okay. Thank you guys for joining for today's stream. Anya, if you're still here, look what I can do. I think it works. Perfect. Commands work in chat now, and they should not time you out for talking in caps or emojis. If you spammed emojis, that was the other thing it'd get you for. So yeah, our commands are working, and the Discord is up and in there. I don't have it in my like link in bio thing yet, but I'll probably do that sometime this week. But yeah. All right. We will call it there. Thank you for watching along. I will see you guys probably in a week. We are busy this weekend. We're going to one of my cousins that I always talk about bought a house with a hot tub. I think I talked about this last week that I wanted to go check out the new hot tub and, you know, have a little cousins weekend. So that's what we're doing. We're going to be playing Halo together just like the good old days. So with that, I will see you guys in about a week. If you want to keep yapping, hit the Discord button and we can keep the yap going there. So have a